Welcome to the video. Guys, today we're talking about the new Rolex GMT Bruce Wayne reference number 126710GRNR. This is my latest purchase. Very exciting. I recently been back to London, picked up the watch there, brought it back for you guys to see. Very excited. I like it because it's another daily watch to wear. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the watch. I'm also going to explain to you the relationship with the AD, how it came about that I got offered this watch. The AD texted me and he said, Stuart, it's coming up to Christmas. It's about time we sort you out with another watch. Would you be interested in this? And he sent me a picture of two Datejusts, both bimetal. And I wasn't particularly interested in them. So I sort of said, oh, thanks, but no thanks. And then he said, what about this? And he sent me a picture of a Rolex Yachtmaster rose gold bimetal with the black dial. There's another one that comes with the chocolate dial, but this was with the black dial. Again, not really my cup of tea, so I passed on that one. And then I said, you know, what about this watch? What about that watch? And then he texted me about the Bruce Wayne, and I said, absolutely, I will take that watch. And I sent the money, reserved it, and then a week later I flew back to, when I was flying back to London, I went and picked it up. Here's a video of me in the store, and the sales assistant is taking the stickers off the watch for me and just preparing it. Thought I'd just include this videos. It's kind of something people like unboxing and unwrapping videos. So yeah, it's interesting. You know, a lot of people talk about like waiting lists and things like that. But if you have a relationship with an AD, aka you've spent money with them before, then it doesn't really, waiting lists and things like that don't really come into it. You know, they'll just offer you, let you know what they've got, you tell them what you want, and they want to sort you out with a watch, you know, and you just say yes or no. You know, it's funny because there are watches I would prefer over this watch. I did say, you know, ideally I'd like a Pepsi or a Batman potentially over this watch, and I did express interest in a Pepsi and a Batman. I didn't get offered a Pepsi or a Batman, and I think those watches are pretty hard to come by, especially the Pepsis from what I hear. So you do have to be a little bit realistic at times. So yeah, I also did pick up a piece of jewelry for my wife. You know, I didn't have to, but I just, you know, I know in the future it helps me to buy a little bit of jewelry with them. So that's how that went down. But I really do like the watch a lot. It's a great daily watch. And it's a little bit nostalgic for me because my first ever Rolex was the predecessor to this one, the Rolex 116710LN. Sorry, I don't have these reference numbers off by heart, so I write them down. But that was my first one, and I actually had it for a while, couple years maybe, and then crypto was about to blow up, so I sold it and bought some crypto in it. You know, it turned out to be a good choice, but I did miss the watch a bit, so it's good to get this one. This watch is also good because it's a daily sports model, but you have the option of the Oyster or the Jubilee. Now, obviously, I was offered the Jubilee, and I'm glad I was offered the Jubilee because I already have the Submariner on the Oyster bracelet. So I like this Jubilee bracelet. You know, it's nice to have this variation because I've got the Oyster already on. Today I'm wearing the Daytona, so I've got the Oyster bracelet here on the Daytona, but I've also got it on the Submariner as well. So yeah, when I went back to England, I also brought some more watches back with me. So you know, I can enjoy them out here. Collected them from the safety deposit box. So here we've got the white gold Daytona, and we've got the AP offshore. So I'll do some further reviews on those watches now that they're out here and how I'm getting on with them and enjoying them. So we've got that to look forward to. But let's put the GMT on the wrist. Lovely watch. But at the end of the day, it is a GMT. There's lots of GMTs out there. It's a model Rolex have made for a long time, since like 1954, if I'm not mistaken. It's a timeless classic, a bit like the Submariner. You can't really go wrong with it. It's maybe a little bit less low key than the Submariner because, you know, the hour markers are bigger on the bezel. It's got a bi-color bezel, you know, if you've got the Pepsi or the Batman, you got the blue, black, or the blue and red. Here we got the black and grey. This one's good though because it is a bit more stealthy, a bit more low key, but you still have a hint of colour on the hour marker. With the GMT, it has the hour marker, the minute marker, the second hand, and then also a fourth hand, which basically tells you, you set that to the time of your home country, and that follows the 24-hour clock. It rotates once every 24 hours, and so you've got the 24-hour clock on the outside. This watch is designed for pilots, obviously. I've talked about this watch before in other videos because I've got the gold GMT. It can tell the time in 3 time zones, hence why it was great for pilots and ultimately originally made for the Pan Am pilots back in the day. It is a great watch. It's 40mm. Wears really well. My wrists are 7 inches, so it wears really well for someone with wrists my size. But yeah, so if you've got average wrists or your wrists are a tiny bit big or a tiny bit small, this watch will work perfectly. It's only if your wrists are to the extreme of really big or really small, then you might struggle with it. But even some ladies wear the GMT. But a great daily watch. I like it on the Jubilee, like I said. Also, the Jubilee tends to hide the scratches more. The Oyster, because it's like a larger, flatter surface, the Oyster bracelet, it tends to show the scratches a tiny bit more. But especially with this watch, the center part of the bracelet is polished, which also can show the watches more on the Oyster bracelet, not so much on the Jubilee. 100 meters water resistant. It's not a dive watch, so it's not got the same water resistance as the other watches, but just a great classic daily Rolex. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? I paid £9,500. Obviously I bought it for retail. I was curious, I did ask a grey market dealer, like, oh, how much would you offer on it? And they said 13,500, and I think maybe this sells, they would sell it for maybe 15.5, 16,000, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not planning on selling it. You know, I really think it's a nice watch I'd like to have for a good long time, especially as I missed the previous one, the predecessor to this that I did sell. So guys, let me know what you think. Do you like this watch? Now, the actual box, this isn't the actual box for the watch. I left the box back in England because it's too big for the suitcase, but I just thought for the presentation I'd use this box. But this is the box for the Oyster Perpetual. If anybody's interested in this watch, please let me know. Currently for sale if you're interested. Now, I'm going to lower the price on it just because there's no point in it gathering dust. So if you are interested, I will sell it to you for the best amazing price. And you won't find it, I'm literally losing money on it, but I just want to get rid of it just because what's the point in keeping it if someone else could be enjoying it? I will sell it for the great price, £2,500. Box, papers. If you're interested, shoot me a message. If you are in dollars or dirham or something else, just put it into Google, £2,500 in dollars or dirham, and that would be the price. So yeah, if you're interested, shoot me a message. Also, just want to touch on the fact, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I've not been doing as many videos recently, so apologies for that, but I'm going to try and pick it up more in the new year. As you know, I've been doing giveaways of the Omega Moon swatches. I didn't do one in November by accident, apologies. And I didn't do one in December, but now is January, so I'm going to give 2 away, and I will basically today message the people that I pick that have been writing comments. So apologies for that. We're going to get that back up and running and do that. Look at your messages on Instagram or your emails to see if you've received a message from me regarding the winning the competition, if you've been leaving comments and you've liked and subscribed. So yeah, without further ado, we'll leave it there and I'll see you in the next one.